The past two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi have included some actual legitimate Easter eggs that have got me very excited. And I mean references to other Star Wars stories that fans have actually had to do some work to discover, and they're all surrounding the little boy and his mother that Haja helps/scams in part 2. In the episode, Haja sends the family to Corellia and implies the child is Force-sensitive. In the credits, the boy is named Corran. Marise Alvarez plays his mother, and while her character isn't named in the credits, apparently her IMDb page was edited before the series premiered to list her name as Niche. Now, IMDb isn't the most reliable of sources, it can be edited by anyone with an account as far as I know, but the fact that someone edited it before the series seems telling. In Part 3, Obi-Wan reaches the Jedi safe house thanks to Tala. Inside, he discovers several names carved into the walls, including his old friend Quinlan Vos, but many of the other written names are references to Jedi characters from Star Wars Legends. When Reva enters the room and reaches out to the Jedi insignia on the wall, you can read the name Valen Halcyon. So what do all these names mean, and how do they all fit together? I want to shout out Eckert's Ladder's tweets for cluing me into all of this, especially the Valen Halcyon writing, saving me the trouble of translating the aurebesh. I'm sure he'll be doing a video covering this as well if he hasn't already, but Valen Halcyon was a Jedi character from Star Wars Legends. He was still young during the Clone Wars, and when Order 66 began, he was taken in by a Corellian security force officer named Rostek Horn. Valen Halcyon changed his name to Hal Horn and also joined Corsec. He eventually fell in love with a woman named Niche, and they had a son who they named Corran. Corran Horn was one of the main characters of the X-Wing series of books written by Michael Stackpole. He was a member of Rogue Squadron a couple years after the Battle of Endor, was eventually discovered to be Force-sensitive like his father, and joined up with Luke Skywalker's Jedi Praxium on Yavin 4, where he eventually became a Jedi Master. So now we have Valen Halcyon definitely mentioned in Obi-Wan Kenobi, a child definitely named Corran, and his mother likely named Niche, and they're traveling to hide on Corellia. Does any of this have to mean anything? Not necessarily. This could all just be fun Easter eggs for fans to find and nothing more. I tend to think that's the case just to keep my expectations in check. But it sure is interesting that we are subtly being introduced to Corran Horn as a Rogue Squadron movie is currently in development. We have no clue about the era that movie will take place in, but maybe the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is quietly connecting to future Star Wars projects. If that's the case, I really dig the way they're doing it. Literally nothing about any of this has been too obvious or in your face. It's not like Haja said, "Hey kid, what's your name?" as the family walked out and the boy turned around and said, "The name's Corran Horn." Everything they have done has genuinely been a little like Easter egg hunting, something fun for fans to do after watching the episode without detracting from the story. I like that a lot. I think that's mostly the extent of these nods, simple references to Legends content. Again, I'm just keeping my expectations low, so if I'm right, I won't be disappointed, but if I'm wrong, I have the chance to be thrilled. I love the X-Wing series of books to death, and would be very excited to see Corran Horn in the cockpit of a starfighter again whenever Rogue Squadron finally arrives. And by the way, it's really nice to see so many people freaking out online about this in a good way. I'm seeing tons of people reaching out to Michael Stackpole, who has been responsive and seems excited as well. But that's it for today. What do you think the future has in store for Corran Horn? Will he appear again in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series or Rogue Squadron? Let me know your guesses in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for all our Obi-Wan Kenobi coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page for even more. Like our video reactions and audio commentaries for the episodes, which will come out soon now that we're home from Star Wars Celebration. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.